That's popping them out like Skittles. That's 1 or 2 days, guys. That's unheard of, right? So we were the best of the best of the best. We were the fastest growing team in the company 3 months in a row. Had the highest percentage of growth. We doubled every single month after month after month. The things we were doing then are completely different than what we're doing now. When that was the case, Sherry and Dean came in, when Scott came in, when Tyler ran national director, we were having fun, right? We were having fun. We loved what we did. A lot of us, we forgot to have fun with it. And it became a hassle, right? It became a hassle. We started to have all these excuses of this, that, and no time. Or whatever, if there was an excuse out there, we used it. We named it, right? We got to get the funness back into it. And I think the co-founders and I think the company did a remarkable job with the Project 10 Challenge and implementing the fun back into it. I know I'm having way more fun than I ever did. Running around, challenging people I don't even know, just flipping up a video. Hey, hey Kirby, I just got you. I don't even pay for my gas at the pump anymore. I go inside just so I can challenge the attendant. Have you ever seen a skinny person working at a gas station? Honestly, think about it. Think long and hard. I travel a lot and I've never seen one in good health or in good shape working behind the cashier. So it takes you 30 extra seconds to run in and pay and introduce the challenge her to lose 10 pounds with you instead of paying that money. One minor change. I don't know how often you guys get gas. Give me an average. How often you guys get gas?
Too much. Too
Twice
much.
a week.
Every day.
That's the task that had to be done, the adversity that these people had to overcome. This stuff is hard. What we do in retro perspective to this is simple. And you know what this is? Sistine Chapel. Sistine Chapel. One of the most, not one of the most beautiful building in the entire world. Painted. It took a 25-year-old guy, boy, my age, 4 years, laying on his back, 4 years straight, on your back, paint dripping in your eyes, to paint that. 25-year-old, 4 years of his life, laying on his back, painting this building. Paint dripping in his eyes, he almost went blind. Guess what? I forgot to mention, he wasn't even a painter. I didn't know that. Wasn't even a painter. He was an architect and a sculptor. Never painted before. But the Pope back then, the Pope had the power of a king back then. And he said, oh no, you're going to paint. And you're going to paint this entire inside of the building. You know what's something else? He did it in candlelight. Candlelight. That would be what? Hard. We sell a shake for $1.50 to people who need it. You're not laying on your back for 4 years doing something that you've never even done before. And it turned out to be one of the most fabulous sightings in the entire world. 25 years old, 4 years of his last sacrifice, laying on the back in candlelight, and never painted anything in life. That's hard. What we do, it's easy. Right? It's easy. Coliseum. Anybody want to visit Coliseum? Okay. It's top 3 on my list what I want to do. 2,000 years ago. This started the build in 70 AD, finished in 80 AD, 10 years ago. The entire structure is made from marble and stone. Anyone ever seen Lucas Oil Stadium? You know how many people fit inside of it? 60. Depending on seating, 60,000. It holds 75,000 people. 75,000. They built this 2 years ago out of marble and stone. Anyone know what it was used for? Gladiators fighting, right? What were they fighting for? Relax, right? against odds that were 10-1. Like, you woke up that day not knowing if you were going to make it till the end of the day. You woke up that day with the choice of a weapon to go against wild animals. Like, it's you and a sword and 3 tigers. That would be what? Hard. Selling a bowl of cereal for the 96% of people that already have cereal in their household? That would be what? Easy. Because we got to lose this mentality of always finding an excuse for why we're not where we want to be. There's one thing major I learned at the leadership launch was the excuse department's closed. Right? Next time your promoter tells you an excuse, say, oh yeah, I just called in the excuse department, they're officially closed. So what now? Right? Because remember these things. This is going to put things in perspective for you. Just how hard that you make your life sink when it's really not that hard. And what we do is really not that hard. This would be hard. Bethany Hamilton, I want you to imagine for a minute, you're 11 years old. Normal day, out in the water. Already been surfing for 5-6 years. 11 years old. And out of nowhere, a shark bites off your entire arm. Out of nowhere. Your entire arm gone. 11 years old. How many of you know going through that would be hard? You know what's more? 3 weeks later, 11 years old, she goes back into the water to see if she can surf. 3 weeks. 3 weeks goes by. She just got her arm bit off by a shark, and she's going back into the water 3 weeks later. And she's 11. We wouldn't even do that when we're grown adults. That would be hard. Surfing one arm would be hard. Anyone ever tried to surf? We can't do it with 2 arms. Don, can you do it?
Can't surf at all.
You can't surf at all with 2 arms. Imagine doing it with 1. Because a shark bit your other one. How many of you have seen Shark Week and won't even go in the water? Right? That would be hard. Selling a shake that tastes like cake for $1.50 to people that like cake. That's what? That's easy. This guy, Gandhi, to have the level of self-discipline, the level of vision, the level of commitment, the level of focus every single day. Day in, day out. Day in, day out. To lead millions of people to their independence. That would be hard. That would be hard. To lead millions of people every day, to paint the vision of what independence is going to look like for millions and millions of people, and to do so non-violently. Helping your brand new promoter go rising star director, creating the vision of what it's going to do for their life, for their family. That's easy. Creating a vision for your entire team, which is not millions of people. I wish it were, but it's not yet. That's easy. In retrospective to these, what we do is easy. Franklin D. Roosevelt. How many of you guys know that just being in a wheelchair, period, would be hard? Go through day-to-day lifestyle in a wheelchair would be hard. Right? How about leading an entire country? Dominating, known as the best conversation dominator in history, while in a wheelchair. While many viewed him as subpar, because of his handicap, it didn't stop him. In fact, he was so good at what he did in a wheelchair, he was elected president 4 times. Because of him being so good in a wheelchair, we had to put a cap on how many times a president could be elected. Right? Oh, did I mention he did so while in World War II? In a wheelchair. Led a nation. Dominated conversations. During World War II. That would be hard. That would be hard. Not getting upset because you can't get a hold of someone in your team because they dropped off. That's easy. Right? That is easy. Oprah. A lot of people don't know her story. Raised by a single teenage mom. Single teenage mother. Raped at 12 years old. Raped at 12 years old. Couldn't read or write as a kid. Had no education, no formal education. To grow up and to be the richest woman in the world. What would that be? Hard. What gets me is where does her willingness come from? Raped at 12, raised by a single teenage mother, couldn't read or write, no education. Where did her drive come from? Where did her willingness to even want to be successful based upon her background, where did it even come from? To overcome the adversity that she did, that would be hard. To go out and challenge a stranger because that stranger needs the challenge in their life, that's what? That's easy. Because that's easy. Martin Luther King. Appropriate. All right. To lead millions against civil rights. To paint a vision, to go against decades upon decades of law, creating you to be not equal to others. To go against that and to lead millions fight for the same cause. Also did it non-violently. The death threats every single day, everywhere he went. The names he got called are worse than anything we could ever imagine. To not knowing if you were going to live because of the death threats you were getting every day, to see what you really visioned finally come true or not. That would be hard. That would be hard. To lead a rally call for your team to help someone get to their BMW, that's easy. That's easy, guys. That would be hard. Nelson Mandela. 29 years he spent in prison. 29 years. Locked up. His own government and country threw him in. So 29 years later, getting out of prison and become the president of the country, overruling the government that threw you in there 29 years ago. That would be hard. That would be hard. 29 years. His own country threw him in there. He got out, he became the president of the country. Selling a shake. Tastes like cake. For $1.50. So people that like cake. That's so hard, guys. That's easy. That's easy. This guy. This guy climbed 30,000 feet, the tallest peak you can go to on Mount Everest. The tallest peak possible on Mount Everest. He climbed it. Did I mention he's blind? Blind. And climbed the tallest peak on Mount Everest blind. How many know that would be hard? We can't even navigate in the dark with eyesight. Imagine climbing 30,000 feet up with no eyesight. Relying on your partner to tell you every step of the way. Climbing across 20,000 foot drop canyons on a ladder that you can't even see the next rung. You got to feel the next rung 20,000 feet in the air with the ladder flexing, not knowing if it's going to break because you can't see how much it's flexing. That would be hard. Leading your brand new going across like the star. It's easy. Massive stroke. How many know that just suffering from a massive stroke would be hard? Right? You usually don't come out normal. I gotta get this right. This is important. His mouth, his legs, his arms, all paralyzed. Mouth, legs, arms, and one eye, all paralyzed. What's that leave him with? One eye. One eye. He can blink. He has one eyelid. That's all he can move. What this guy did? He wrote an international bestseller by Morse code with his eye. One eye, not two eyes, one eye. He blinked an international bestseller book. That's hard. That is hard. Right? That's hard, you guys. To blink an international bestseller. I'll tell you a story that Nick told. 2 days before the close of the leadership launch event, one of the multi-star ambassadors came up to Nick. He had a very vivid dream. Very vivid dream. He said, Nick, I had this dream about you. I was in your corporate office sitting down with you, and you were telling me I had to read this book. All I remember from the dream is it had a butterfly on it. That's all I remember. What book is it, Nick? Nick's like, hell man, I have no clue. I don't know any books with a butterfly on the cover of it. None. 2 days later, the entire close of the leadership launch event was about a guy who blinked an international bestseller, and it's called Diving Bell and the Butterfly. I think it was meant for that guy to read that book. Nick completely forgot the whole close to the event. And the guy dreamed it 2 days before that he had to read this book. We got to lose all of the excuses, all of the hardships that we put on ourselves. So what do we have in common with these people? They're just people. They're just human beings like us. Right? But their level of focus, No one could do it for years upon years. One guy did it. No one told him he couldn't do it. He didn't get that memo. But once he did it, guess what? He told all the other people it was possible. Once they seen someone do it, therefore it could have been done. Now, 20 other people did that. That's the effect. You need to get that mentality too. Right? I'm going to have everybody close your eyes. Put all your stuff down. Close your eyes, put your head down. Everything down. Eyes closed. Everybody, participate. Eyes closed. Head down. I want you to imagine for a second you're a 5-star ambassador. Average income $75,000 a month. You can have, you can go, you can help anybody in the entire world. Just imagine it for a second. I want you to imagine you just woke up in your dream home. You're still laying in bed and you look over. Who do you see? Is it that person that you love more than anything in the whole world? You can feel their breath on your arm. You can feel the sun shining in the window. You throw your legs over the bed. You walk to the window. What is it that you see? You scan to the left. You scan to the right. It is so breathtaking. Now, right now, in this moment, you feel more gratitude than you've ever felt in your entire life. You go to your closet, you pick out your favorite outfit, you walk downstairs, and each step down your stairwell are pictures. Pictures of memories that you created. Memories that you created for yourself, memories that you created with your friends, memories that you created with your family. You keep walking down the stairs, you go into the garage, and your hand slides over and flips on that switch. Which car are you going to drive today? Which toy are you going to have fun on today? You hop in one, you're driving down a beautiful stretch of road. Living the best days of your entire life. You're now at the back entrance of the Visalis event, and inside there are 20,000 people there screaming, excited, because they're all there for you, to hear your story. It's time. Someone pulls you by the shoulder, your spine, you can feel the goosebumps going through you. You come out on stage and you hear the screams, you hear the cheers, you hear the roars. They're all there to listen to your story. That story that you had to go through to get there. Your team is staring at you, you're staring back at them. They're crying for you. You're crying with them. You look at them and smile because you know you love them so much. Your family is up on stage with you. Everyone is so proud of you at that moment. Your slideshow is playing in the background of all your experiences that you've had up to this point. And everyone is there to be inspired by your story. It is one of the most amazing moments of your entire life. Everyone is standing on the chairs cheering for you. I want you to think about that day. That day that you finally made the decision to change your life forever. That you knew without a doubt you had found your calling. That you had been praying for something to happen and to fall in your lap, and that day finally came. But you know you have to go to action. You got to wake up and go to action. That prayer is only half of it. Ladies and gentlemen, open your eyes. That life that you just visioned, I believe every single one of you is a life of deserving. deserve that life, you can create that life. But you've got to put the excuses aside. You've got to go out and work. You've got to take massive, massive action. What you just vision is a life worth living. It's a life worth giving your family. There's memories